Okay, today we have the online resource fair, and we have with us Miss Sarah Smith,
Hey.
who is from the Care Lodge.
Yes.
And you've been on the MCC Today show before, and we're going to get you back on that. But today you're here to talk about the Care Lodge and the resources available to Meridian Community College students and our community.
Yes, I would love to talk about that.
Okay.
We have free services for all people who have experienced relationship abuse.
Okay.
So I hate to say domestic violence because a lot of people are like, well, I'm not being hit, I'm not experiencing the most extreme, so that's not for me. That's for somebody who needs it more than I do. And that's a common misconception. So
Okay.
I just want to tell everybody that if you are experiencing tension or toxicity in your relationship, please give us a call. We have more than just safe shelter.
Okay.
So you can still stay on campus or stay in your home and receive services from us. For example, we have counseling services, we have support, peer support, information, assistance with the court system. So if you have something coming up in court and it's related to domestic violence and you need some support there, we are able to be there.
Okay, excellent. Now, when you say instead of domestic violence, what did you say instead of? You said
Relationship
abuse, which is it's physical, it's emotional, it's psychological.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be any number of these things, and it's not just women.
Absolutely not. It's all sorts of walks of life, all ages, all stages.
Okay.
So even if you are a student here at MCC or a faculty member, and it's not you who's going through this, you could be a key resource for somebody getting help.
Okay.
So just having this information, these are up a lot of places all over campus.
Yes.
And when I visit, and I come kind of frequently, a lot of these tabs are torn off. And as much as I hate to see that, I know that people are getting information out there. So be looking out for these tear tab posters. It's a really discreet way to pass on information to somebody. And then we have these hope cards. It's a really nice way to fold up a safety plan and hand it off to somebody discreetly and say, hey, I don't know what else is going on in your relationship, but you know, the way that they treated you just then, you may want to call my friend at Care Lodge. They can help you through this.
Okay. So if one of our students we think is having an issue,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or if they're going to see these, they're able to take one of the tabs off and they're able to call you. It's going to be very discreet.
Yes, we do not tell anyone. We are very strong on our confidentiality standards. It's one of
Okay.
our core values.
Okay.
So if the student or a faculty member or friend calls Care Lodge, we won't follow up with anybody else without written consent that you have come to our facility or that you have called our facility.
Okay.
So it's
Do you help
very
with
discreet.
with children at all?
We do. We provide child care services for people who are staying in shelter with us.
Okay, excellent. So if someone who's coming and they can possibly stay in shelter with you and possibly get child care while they're there,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and get the counseling needed,
Yes,
which is very, very vital.
very.
And you said that sometimes you can even help them when they're having court issues
Yes.
that are related to.
Absolutely. So a lot of times, and especially if you haven't been in court before, it can be very overwhelming, and you just naturally scared because you don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So having an advocate there with you to just be there explaining the process, what to expect, and kind of ushering you through is really helpful. Because you don't know, if you step into a courtroom, you automatically think, I'm going to jail, I'm guilty, everything's bad, and you don't have to feel that way, and you don't have to feel alone.
Mm-hmm. And especially when I have dealt with or helped people who have been in these situations before, and there's so much where they feel that they're the root cause of it. Mm-hmm. So often that's the case. And part of what you do, I think, is basically say, look, no,
Yes.
no one deserves to be treated like this.
Yes, we do offer that. I can't tell you how many times, almost every person that comes through our door, they say, well, I poked the bear, or I stirred up the hornet's nest, and it's my fault that this happened. If I wouldn't have done this, they wouldn't have treated me this way. And that's self-sabotaging comments. Mm-hmm. And those thoughts float around in your mind, maybe because that you've been told that it's your fault by that mm-hmm. partner or by a parent. Well, you shouldn't have been dating them in the first place, so you deserve what you got coming to you. And that's just not fair. That's not fair to say to somebody who's been through something very traumatic or increasingly toxic over time. Like I said before, domestic violence and toxic relationships aren't just the most extreme thing we see. It's the little drips of acid along the way.
So you help students at Meridian Community College. You also help our community. Is it just Lauderdale County?
No, East Central Mississippi and West Alabama, we
Okay.
are all over the place helping people. And
Okay.
even if you're not in our service area, we have lots of people that call from out of state or wanting to transfer from their location to our service area because maybe their partner knows everything about what they're doing in that area, or they have access to those community resources or partnerships, and it's very weighted, and they feel like they won't be believed because their partner is maybe a part of that social service system.
Okay. Listen, I'm so glad that you're part of our resource fair here at Meridian Community College, and I'm going to have you on the MCC Today show again.
Yes.
But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, Ms. Smith.
Well, if anybody wants to hear more about Care Lodge,
Yes.
please call our 24-hour crisis line at 601-693-4673, or you can visit us online at www.carelodge.com or see us on social media.
Well, I want to thank you for being here today, and please take advantage of our resource fair.